right, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thursday. All right, loud and clear. All right, 10-4. 10-4, Big Ben. All right, County Mounties, looks like we got us a convoy. Convoy of traders. All right, Thursday, September 25th, 2025, here, the audio addition to the Daily Trade Strategy Brief, NFA Compliance Rule 2-9C, subparagraph 1. Disclaimer. We're disclaiming anything we do here. It's all for entertainment. Here. All right, good enough. All for entertainment. All right, again, here. Got a little, all right, good enough. All for entertainment. Little potential. All right, again, head and shoulders here. Pattern here. Got a little, all right, broke the neckline. Adios. 1, 2, 3. Down. This is a lower target down here on the 30s. Okay. Not just to entertain you, but to edutain you. Edutate. Is it educate? Yeah, it's edutainment. Edutainment. All right, good enough. All right, so kind of broke the neckline here. Got a acceleration here currently to the downside. All right, beautiful overnight, if you can see here on the 5-minute. All right, for you overnight traders, I was sleeping at 1, 2 o'clock this morning, so, but you can clearly see the nice break, the shift. All right, so again, yeah, does it help us now? No, it just helps us to make sure, to reinforce identifying. Okay, why do I show you things after the fact? Why? Because I can't show it to you before the fact, can I? Right? So I can't show you things before the fact. I can only show things after the fact. But using after the fact visuals helps reinforce identification of structure shifts. Okay, so you're gonna need to look at back history, see how that's developed, and there's similarities to the development of these things, so you can then be aware and educated to the potential of how things may unfold, right? And so looking for similarities, right? Patterns. Human being is they're all pattern recognition. Okay, pattern recognition. So we're looking for similar patterns. Having an idea, if this structure breaks or if that structure holds, what type of pattern would we be looking for to validate that? Right, that's kind of one of the things we're always looking at, right? So yesterday, just as point of reference here, right, we had that the other day, right? This was the cycle day 3 high that just stuffed everybody at those 50, 53 area. All right, and then of course we had that downdraft, and then this absolutely perfect, picture perfect, roughly around a 50% pullback. All right, it was just stunningly perfect, and then we had a symmetrical move. I highlighted that yesterday, that symmetry, right? And guess what happens again? Right back to the low again. Absolutely stunningly perfect. And now look at the third wave here, right? Everybody see the symmetry? I don't know, maybe you don't appreciate it, but I'm a big symmetrical, always been. All right, symmetry, similarity, or likeness in swing. All right, and again, I measure out pullbacks all the time. I'm always, constantly saying over the years, over the months, if you're sitting there doing nothing, you should be doing something. You should never be sitting idle, waiting for what's going to happen next. You can wait for your setup, your structure, but you should always be taking measurements. All right, measure twice, cut once, as in the carpentry world. Same thing you should be doing here. Measure, keep measuring, measuring, measuring. What would be the potential? What would be the potential? If you're not doing that, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs or whatever it is. All right. Again, you gotta. This game is really. It's not a physical game, right? I mean, it could it can affect you physically in more negative ways, but it's really not a physical game. It's a mental game. So you got to keep, your mental dexterity, thought process. What's ahead? What's next? What can I measure? Keep asking yourself these type of things. What can I do next to find, to help me, not predict, but prepare. I never use the word predict. I always use the word prepare. And if you're not doing that, then, again, time to change, time to add it to your repertoire. If you're sitting there, looking at the various websites, you know, okay, then, you know, you're not doing your job. All right. I'm not saying not take a break at times. Clearly, yes. But if you were working at a company and you had a job, your assignment, okay, and again, assuming you're not on your lunch break or whatever it is, right? You're on company time and you're sitting there surfing the web, as they call it. And then your boss happens to walk by, but you don't see him because they're behind you, and they see that you're not doing your work. What do you think may happen? Maybe a warning first, right? That type of thing. Well, again, you're your own boss. You're the employee and you're the boss. So if your job is to, yes, put on a trade, but how does the trade sequence begin? How does that begin? You're looking for certain structures, right? Maybe, while you're waiting, you're doing some research on another computer, on another screen or something, doing some research if you have multiple screens. If you don't have that multiple screen set up as I do, keep asking. So, while you're sitting there watching price bounce back and forth and you're not really doing anything, you're just sitting there and your mind's drifting, get yourself back and say, what can I be doing now? Well, maybe highlighting the pivots, simple as drawing those horizontal lines that I keep talking about, or using your measurement tool and saying, well, where would be a 50% retracement, or 62% retracement, or whatever. What would be an extension? Where would be a dynamic D level money box from a particular range? Right? You get the drift, right? So this is what I'm saying. So you got to constantly be, engaged. And if you find yourself not, bring yourself back. Bring yourself back into alignment and say, okay, sit up, you know, let's get to work. All right. So that said, again, just trying to encourage you. It's up to you. You're your own boss, but you should always be thinking about, what levels and whatnot. Not that, oh, it gets this level and it's going to return, it's going to shift. Just saying, if it gets that level, good. It's at a level, like where we are right now, where prices right now, 55, 60 zone in this area. All right, so that's a big gamma level. It's a violation, cycle day 3 violation level. It's a target master level. It's a money box. And again, there's a lot of things going on here, a lot non-correlated. Okay, a lot of non-correlated zones. So we're looking for the market to have some sort of a response from this level. Is it a guaranteed reversal play? No. But again, you can see where the market now has settled in here. Right? It's not by coincidence. Right? So again, you can look at the gamma levels that I post every morning. The money box right on your money box target master zone levels right on your software. Again, if you don't have those connected or showing, again, you're missing a piece of the puzzle, right? Use the tools. Use the tools, Luke. Use the force. All right, so price is down here. Again, at minimum, I'm thinking, perhaps, prices, bulls need to at least at minimum reclaim, kind of 60, 65 zone. Again, it's always kind of a plus or minus 5. So reclaim 60, 65 zone. All right. Again, that doesn't mean it's going to. It's just we were looking for that would be at minimum what the bulls would need to do. Essentially, what you have here, this is your lower cluster here, right? Between 75s, right, and 55s, give or take, plus or minus, right? So there's your sandbox that we can outline going into the opening. What's the mid on that? Of course, 65s. So 75s, 55s, 65s. All right, and that's how we'll begin the day, the session. Questions, comments, considerations?
Nope, none. Thanks, David.
All right, let's have a good session then. Yeah, we're not just here to entertain you. We're here to educate you. I should have Kramer's sound machine. All right. Again, trade your plan. No matter what I say, I'm giving you overviews. I'm giving you a broader, 30,000 foot view of price action. Again, we drill down then to the micro levels. Let's see what happens.
See what shakes out.
Probing is always authorized.
Ooh.
But be sure you probe in the direction of the primary